person. Wave.
Fine job, sir.
Not too shabby.
Woo. Woo. We're live. We're live.
We're live.
Can everybody see me? Can everyone hear me? It's a new year. It's a new day. Put this in the fridge.
What's up, Alex?
Shit, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna cook them. Make sure we cook them. Make sure they look right. Then we'll show them. So like this.
Right. Right. That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. Can everybody see me, Matt? Hear me?
Can see you. Go Dogs.
Can someone say, "I hear you, Jody"? Go Dogs.
Where's the blizzard?
Where's Rick Bishop at? Is he on there?
Not yet.
Come on, Rick. Where you at?
Where you at, Rick? Greg, Diamond Dave,
Diamond Dave, Greg,
Carlo,
Ray.
Diamond Dave, he's there.
Anybody?
Ray out
Dave,
there.
can you
Ray
hear
out-
me? Can you
Ray
hear me,
out-
Dave?
Ray out there.
Dave.
Les Burrows hears you.
Les Burrows. Can you hear me?
They hear you, Joe.
Okay, great. I'm just making sure. Because the internet's kind of spotty sometimes. All right, everybody, it is January 5th, 2018. Make sure you write that 8 instead of that 7. But you can easily turn that 7 into an 8. You know, when you write checks, dates, and such,
Might have to initial it.
you might have to initial it on a check. But we're here. It's the first Funday Friday of 2018. First Fry, F-R-Y day. We are doing cubed steak, cubed deer meat, fried on the Matador, the RT-G450 Matador, which is available at rectechgrills.com. It's $1.99, free shipping. So get yours while they last. We're also doing some bacon wrapped asparagus, which we have on the RT-680, 400 degrees right now. We're also doing crab cakes today. We'll be doing crab cakes a little later. And then we'll have some smoked mashed potatoes. We got those going on. So what's going on in the world, David? I hear that
We got a football game coming
we got
up.
a football game coming up on Monday, everybody! Them dogs are in it, David! Dogs are in it! Go Dogs! Ah! We're going to the championship!
You got me.
Can you believe it?
It's been 37 years. It's been 37 years. He wasn't even born then.
I was not even born the last time Georgia Bulldogs went to the national championship. Last time we went, it was
8.
I think I'm having an aneurysm.
81. They won it in 81.
Whew, I need to calm down.
37 years ago.
37 years ago.
I was
in
8.
1980, I was not even thought about.
I was 8.
The University of Georgia Bulldogs won the national championship. Who'd
I
they
remember
play,
the
Dave?
game.
Who'd they
I
play?
remember the game. Was it Notre Dame?
I think it was Notre Dame.
It was Notre
I think
Dame.
it was Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre
And
Dame.
I'm just thinking, I'm not knowing.
It was Notre Dame. I
Um,
do believe. Right? Am I right? Are we
Andy,
right,
light-
people?
Light those Matadors for me, Andy.
There you go.
But yes, some daggone Georgia Bulldogs.
And we're gonna roll.
Sick 'em.
They're gonna roll over
Sick
the time. Over the time.
If y'all can't already tell, I'm fired up. Just to give you a little backstory, my cable provider, not going to mention any names, cut the game out right after halftime. Can you believe it, RecTech Nation?
I'd say who it was.
Luckily, here in Augusta, we've got WGAC, an awesome radio station that provide all of the Georgia Bulldog football games live. So luckily,
It's
I was
lit.
able to tune in to
All the way
WGAC and listen to the Bulldogs win.
But that wasn't the
unfortunately,
same. That wasn't the same. I hate
my
it.
cable provider, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, cable provider. You cut me
You're
out.
right down the road from us.
That's why I'm getting another one. I'm changed to a different company.
No, they're not right there.
They're not right there.
on
That's
the-
the other
That's
evil
the-
one.
yeah.
Yeah. So I got to go back to this one. Yeah. But I've watched the game 5 times since then on YouTube, and I'm still fired up about it.
It was the hell of a game.
Woo!
That was one of the best
I
games.
think I'm having an aneurysm. My head hurts.
Calm down. You need a beer?
Jesus. We ain't got no beers out here. All right, so let's get to it. That was really the only news that I care about and want to get to. We do want to send some shout outs. Our boy Mike Ventry kept the alcohol train rolling and sent us some awesome beers. We'll be drinking them inside later, Mike. Thank you so much. I think he was actually the first Matador owner.
How about Carlo?
Pretty cool.
Carlo catching up. Is he on there?
Carlo, is he on there?
Carlo? I'm going to see Carlo
When?
next week.
In San Antonio.
Yep. Me and Ray.
You and Ray are going.
Me and Ray are going to San Antonio next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Y'all gonna fly out there? Y'all gonna
We
drive?
are flying.
Well, damn. I guess my invitation got lost.
Carlos is taking us deer hunting.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know about it till last weekend. That's when I got my memo.
You got them big deer in Texas, I hear.
Yeah.
I hear.
Carlo, get ready. He told me, he told Ray to tell me to rest up. So
They gonna have plenty of Bud
I'm
Light
not sure
there?
what that means, but
Hopefully they got Bud Light in Texas.
I'm sure
I
they
don't
do.
know.
I can improvise. Either
Oh, I
way.
know.
Either way. Carlo, we coming though.
They're coming for you, Carlo. Watch out. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this cube steak. This is beef cube steak. They run it through a cuber. It kind of tenderizes it. They're still a little thick for us, and we're just going to hit it with our little mallet with some cellophane on top of it. We're going to tenderize it a little more. We're going to thin it out just a little more, just so it cooks a little faster for us. Does that look good, David?
Looks perfect.
All right. David says this looks perfect. It looks perfect. I'm going to do the other side just because I like even numbers.
OCD.
Just a little bit.
I'm in the same boat. Don't feel bad.
All right, so David's going to take this and put it in the egg wash. No, I'm sorry. The flour first, then egg wash, and then back to flour. And then this is some flour. We put a little bit of
Watching folks.
Ben's heifer dust and a little bit of Ray's front row seasoning in there. We also, what else do we put in there, Rachel? What's that white stuff?
Cornstarch?
It's cornstarch. Put a little
Cornstarch.
bit of cornstarch in there. Sorry, I just couldn't think of that.
A lot of people just go straight to egg and then flour. It's your personal preference. Either
Bacon
way,
wrapped asparagus is done.
It's
Pulling
fine
that
with
off
me.
right now for you guys. Yes, this was cooked on the RT-680. 400 degrees for about an hour. Maddie's putting it on now. We got these Matadors set at low heat. As you can see, we just put enough oil in just to, you really don't want to cover the top. Really this is a better of a situation right here, just to be able to cover the whole bottom. As you can see, we just covered the bull ring and got just into that front row area with oil. This is peanut oil. We have one employee here that can't eat peanut oil, cannot eat anything peanuts, and he is not here, so that's why we are using peanut oil.
Making Bill Wyco hungry, Jody.
Bill,
Oh,
Bill. Come on, Bill.
Wild Bill. We can't wait to see your egg.
As you can see, I kind of leave the middle open intentionally.
Hey, they loving that hoodie, bud.
RegTechGrills.com, baby. You can get your own. Oh, you can't? That's right. You get a black one. This is for us. I'm sorry. My bad. Hey, call and bug us enough. Maybe we'll start selling them. We get enough people wanting them. We'll sell anything.
Here, I'm going to feed you.
All right.
Oh, wait.
All
You
right.
can't have this.
Crab cake? No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're trying to kill me.
Woo!
That was close.
I was literally
I almost had
about to kill you.
Thanks, buddy.
Jody, what's cooking?
Hey, everybody. We got some country fried steak, cube steak here. We got battered up, cooking on the Matador. We're at about low to medium heat. You really want to watch out because you can burn your oil pretty fast.
Yeah.
We also suggest, after a couple of rounds, go ahead and change in your oil because there's so much flour and stuff. I know these things will soak up that oil too, so you want to keep a good amount of oil, fresh oil in there as well.
Probably about three batches, every 3 batches or so, because by the time you cook 3 batches in there, you're only dumping out maybe a third a cup of oil. Yeah. And, you want some good oil in there. You want good oil. This oil cooked 1 batch. That's the second batch in this oil. This is the first batch in this oil. We've already cooked about 9 batches.
Yeah,
so
we got a bunch of stuff we've already cooked.
We didn't want to bore y'all with the hour worth of cube steak cooking. So
I do change your oil. Keep your eye on your oil. You don't want to get too hot. You don't want to crank your pan up really, really high and then put your oil in there. You want to put your oil in first, then crank it on low and let it slowly heat up. You don't want it to heat up fast.
Definitely.
Just do want to watch it.
Keep flipping. You see how I'm flipping it? And I'm also spinning it like that.
Right, double flip.
That way, because this side,
360
the front
degrees.
row is way less hot than the bull ring. Keep watching now.
We also have bacon wrapped asparagus that just finished up on the RT-G450 We cooked it for 1 hour on the cooking mat at 400 degrees. Or until however you like your asparagus. But it is awesome. I can smell it from here.
How cold is it outside? Do we know?
Probably 30. 30,
It's probably
35.
40. Sitting here in the sun.
Yeah, we're nice in the sun right here. I'm not
But
sure.
it is cold here in Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah, we haven't been barely above freezing.
34.
34 right now.
34
There you
says
go.
the internet.
I think the high today was 40.
Woo.
Ray
I wonder how cold it's going to be when y'all go hunting in Texas.
I don't know. Did you see Ray got down the hunt right yesterday at Fort Wood, and there was a geyser. We had a busted water line. We don't know how long it's been busted. Yeah. That sucks. Yeah.
Well, we all are in Texas. I'll just go down there and use the amenities.
It'll be there. Yeah.
Hopefully catch me one for the season ends.
You can go to one. I'm going as soon as we get done.
I might actually come down like Saturday or Sunday for a day. Depending on if my wife Becky lets me. Hey, honey.
Becky,
Hey,
he
honey.
needs to go.
I gotta use that gun you bought me, baby.
Right. I got a stand picked out for him.
Is it big? Does it have a heater?
Oh,
Couch,
yeah.
TV in it? All right,
It's
that's
got
perfect stand for
a
me.
heater. Cabela chairs. Heaters.
Oh, yeah, Cabela chairs.
Heaters a must.
But if you're just tuning in, we're frying up country fried steak on the RT-G Matador. RT-G Matador is our gas wok cooker. You can see here it's got the stainless steel pan, the cool touch handles. I could touch this all day long. We could pick this pan up and put it on the table if we wanted to. It's got the integrated windscreen. You don't have to pay extra for this, folks. It's already integrated in there. It helps protect against the wind, which is helping us right now. We got a swift breeze coming in right now. It also comes standard with your adapter hose. That means you can use a big propane tank like we're doing here, or you can take this hose out and use a smaller propane tank made by Coleman. Like this little guy right here that we have hooked up to this Burn-O-Matic. But essentially this little guy,
You can take this tailgating too.
pop right here. This is a perfect tailgater. It's portable.
It folds up into the bag.
The legs fold up. It comes with 2 carrying bags, 2 travel bags for you. It's only about 36 pounds all put together. Will go anywhere. It's super durable. These are looking like they're about done.
Yep.
What we're going to do is we'll probably do some crab cake next. We'll go inside and I'll show you guys how I did the crab cake, how I wrapped the asparagus. Hopefully the potatoes will be done soon. We're smoking potatoes on the RT-680 at 400 degrees right now. We'll cook them so they're good and mushy. We'll chop up some bacon and mush the bacon and potatoes together. Me, I'm weird, like a lot of folks out there, but I like to put mayonnaise in my potatoes.
You can't go wrong. Unless my mom is coming to eat,
Now,
and
I know
you
some
better not
people-
put no mayonnaise in
Yeah,
it.
I know some people that'll put just straight butter and cream. I know
Yeah.
people that just put sour cream in there. Me, I just like everything about mayonnaise. So, hey, shout out to you, Matt Lane. I know you like that mayonnaise. But we'll be back. We'll give you some shout outs.
Jody, how long can you cook on a small bottle?
Small bottle, the internet says about 3 hours continuous. Yeah, that's fine. We'll make some room on it, man. And then the large ones last about 8 straight hours, supposedly, says the internet, on low.
On low.
And then we've already done a bunch. Today we've got some deer nuggets here that we did. Go ahead, David. Get this off now. Watch it. Coming?
Yep.
That corner, yep.
Boom.
That's
Oh,
up
yeah.
here, man. You know,
Ray Carnes?
it tastes fresh.
Yeah. This deer was walking a week ago.
Walking 7 days ago, baby. Now it's in my belly. All right, we'll be back. Funday Friday, 12/5/2018. David Wright, Jody Flanagan.
Oh no!
Go Dogs! We're at RT Grill's worldwide headquarters, Augusta, Georgia. Might try that crab cake.
Sally King.
Hey, Sally. Aunt Sue. All right, everyone. As promised, I'm going to show you how to wrap some asparagus, and then we'll do the crab cake recipe. So we've got some asparagus right here. We did have some larger pieces, so we wrapped them singly. But these, I'm going to wrap these two together, and I'm going to wrap these three together. So super simple. I've already seasoned my bacon because, you know, that wasn't in preparation of this. I just seasoned it all and was like, oh crap, I need to pull some off to show everybody. So essentially, we're just going to make a barber pole of bacon up that asparagus. We're going to use our cooking mat. That's the best way to cook these bad boys. Andy's parents are here. Sister and his dad. Ooh. Somebody's in trouble. All right, so just wrapped it like a barber pole. You can do 2 to 3. If they're really, really big, just do 1. Use the RT cooking mat. Put them in your 680 mini and or bullseye. Cook them at 400 degrees for about an hour until they're good and soft, or that bacon is nice and crisp on the outside. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. That's super simple. And then they will turn out like this. Delicious. All right, so now we're going to do the crab cakes. This will all be in the notes section of Facebook, but if you want to write it down now, you can. 1 egg. I'm going to mix it with 3 ounces or a 1/4 cup mayonnaise, which 1/4 cup is actually 2 ounces, but I like to use about 3 ounces. And then we'll whisk that together. I'm going to combine that nicely, make sure there's no lumps. Just whisk it until there are 0 lumps. Pretty satisfied with that. And then we'll put in a half tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. A whole tablespoon of Dijon mustard. We'll mix that up. Okay, now that we've got like our paste type material, we're going to season it with a large pinch of parsley. That's fresh chopped parsley. Here, I've got a half a teaspoon Coleman's ground mustard. Coleman's is the best ground mustard out there for sure, hands down. And then a whole teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning right here. Old Bay is very much a requirement in crab cakes or Maryland style crab cakes. And Sally was just in Baltimore, and I bet they got some bomb crab cakes in Baltimore. And they say it's because of the salinity of the ocean near there that makes the crabs taste super, super awesome. You don't have to season as much. All right, so we've got that together. Let's get a good consistency. Now I'm going to crack 12, exactly 12 Ritz crackers in here. So that's 6 and 6. Okay, and we'll just easily mix this together. And the crackers are going to be a binder. You know, once they start cooking, actually, the Ritz crackers are going to kind of melt down and taste like butter. You guys know I love butter. Okay.
No, I do not.
So, oh, sorry. We've got, this was the cheap stuff, okay? $7.99. This is wild caught claw meat. And this is wild caught special meat, which is pretty much just everything else except for the jumbo lump. The jumbo lump is the most expensive part of the crab. It's going to be, you know, we can see it as high as $30 a pound. So it was about $24 for one of these, and that's the ones we cooked for everybody else. Unfortunately, I didn't buy 3 containers of that jumbo lump to show you guys, but for this one, this is 2 8 ounces. It's going to be a pound of crab meat, so this is perfect for a pound of crab meat. Whether you want to use jumbo lump, straight jumbo lump, pound of jumbo lump, you know, more power to you. That's going to be really expensive. Or you can do half of jumbo lump and half of one of these. So, well, remember, this is for a pound of crab meat. And then we're going to probably do about 2 to 3 ounce patties. That is what is recommended by most folks on the internet. And it's always better to get fresh, but we couldn't get fresh. And then we're going to use our #1 cooking tool that we have, our hands. And you're just going to be really, really soft with this, okay? You don't want to break up, you know, the big clumps that we do have in here. You don't want to break those up. You know, you want folks to know that you used good crab meat. You want those sticking out. So we'll just fold this over. Fold it together. And once that's good and combined, what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this stuff in the refrigerator and let it set up for about, you know, an hour. And then we'll come back and cook it. And then we're going to do these on the Bullseye. I got the Bullseye sitting at about 450 with the searing kit in it. And it's sitting at about 450. We're going to put a little bit of oil on the searing kit, and then we'll cook those bad boys. And we are going to go live and cook them, but this is how our crab cakes are going to turn out. I like to smash them a little bit, make them a little thinner. That way they do cook nice and even. But you can see that searing kit gave them good caramelization on the outside, good crunch. We're going to go outside. We're going to cook these on the Bullseye. We'll be out there in just a couple minutes, guys. So instead of having y'all walk through the warehouse, we will just come back in just a couple minutes and we'll be out by the Bullseye, okay? I need. I got everything else right there. Yeah. All right, guys, we're out here at the Bullseye. And I'm just gonna make a little small 3-ounce little ball. And then pat it down a little bit. Tiny little patty. We're sitting at about 450, 500 degrees with that searing kit in there. These don't have to be perfect. Again, if your family and friends see the big lumps of crab meat sticking out of it, they're going to know that you use good crab meat. The better the crab meat, the better these things are going to taste. Keep them really, really simple. These are going to be about 3-ounce little patties if you want to weigh them out. As you can see, we got a little oil on the sear kit here. And again, I do recommend letting these this crab cake mixture sit in the fridge for about an hour and set up. This is looking just fine. Again, they don't have to be perfect. If you use jumbo lump, you might have some crab sticking out kind of like that.
Using the flat side of the sear kit?
I am using the flat side of the sear kit.
Cool.
Sear kit has 2 sides. You can use the ridged side for your hamburgers, hot dogs, and things like that. Flat side is more like a flat top griddle. Alright, we're going to close the lid. We're going to cook these about, let's say about 5 to 8 minutes aside on the RT-G Bullseye, sitting at about 450. Okay, we'll come back in about 5 to 8 minutes to show you guys the final product. Alright everybody, we're back. We're going to flip these crab cakes. It's been about 6 to 8 minutes. I've already flipped this little guy. That little fella right there. No science to it. Remember, they ain't got to be perfect. Telling you, RT-G Bullseye is the way to go. You don't want to spend a lot of money.
Daryl Deal says they're looking good.
He was just there. Daryl. Hey, Daryl. Daryl's a Florida fan who, with a kind heart, he said, just for you, I hope the Bulldogs do good. So shout out to Daryl. Thank you for those kind words, Daryl.
What temp are you running?
We are running, it's running at about 450 up here. And then we're running at about, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, between 7 and 8 notch. And we're running at about 450. This set up 450 when I opened it up. So we were running at about 450 internal. Remember, we're using the flat side of the searing kit. It's making an awesome crust on here. You can also do hamburgers, chicken breast, pork chops. You can do anything like this as well. This is a very simple setup, very versatile setup for any kind of foods. Just to show you guys, we've got some of these smoked potatoes. You can see these small cubes that we cut the potatoes up in. We seasoned them with Coleman's freaking Greek rub. They're nice and soft now. What we're going to do is we're going to throw them in a bowl with a little milk, little cream, little mayo for me. And then we're going to turn these into mashed potatoes. So that's a super easy, super simple thing to do. Took about an hour and 15 at 400 degrees. And you can see we've got the aluminum foil on our pans, so we don't have to wash the pans. The pans are already are still clean. And then we got the smaller second shelf in here, and we're doing a little bit of garlic bread. It was on a sale for $1.19, so I picked one up. I figured Rachel might like it. So we're gonna let these sit about six more minutes, and then we will be back live in about 10 more minutes to show you guys our little plate, our little meal, little taste test. But we'll also be giving away something coming back. So you want to come back in about 10 minutes. Set your notifications. Set your notifications so you know when we go live and we give away stuff. I don't know if they're over here. But just set your notifications. We cooked on the Bullseye, we cooked on the 680, and we cooked on the Matador today. So if you're just now joining us, go back to the other videos and watch what we did today. Country fried steak, crab cakes, bacon wrapped asparagus, mashed potatoes. Well, smoked mashed potatoes. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes to show you our plate. Funday Friday, RT Grills. Nothing to see here, folks.
Hello from Augusta, Derek Von Soust.
Soust. I don't know. Thanks, Mike Ventry, for this Morlane over the Rhine, Christian Morlane Brewery. Delicious amber ale. What we're going to enjoy with our cube steak and crab cakes today. All right, guys, we've got our smoked mashed potatoes. We cooked on the RT 680 cubed potatoes, and we cooked on the 680 at 400 degrees. We've got our bacon wrapped asparagus. We cooked on the RT 680 at 400 degrees. We've got these crab cakes that were done on the RT Bullseye at about 450 degrees on the flat side of the searing kit. This garlic bread was just simply reheated in the 680 at 400. And then we've got our country fried steak, our cube steak, and cubed deer that we fried in the RT Matador today on about, what, medium low heat. So let's go ahead and taste some of this. I'm going to go into this cube steak right now. Deliciously cooked. David did a good job on that for sure. Got a good crispy outside. It's really tender on the inside because we did the extra prep to tenderize it. Tastes awesome. We used Ray's Front Row Master Blend on one batch, and we used Ben's Heifer Dust on another batch, just two super simple ones. Now these mashed potatoes, you can see, we didn't mash them up all the way. So we do still have some hard potato pieces in there. Not hard, but crispy potato pieces in there. Gives it a little bit of texture. That's some good stuff. You can taste the smoke. We threw in some milk, a little bit of butter in there. It was really super simple. Let's taste these crab cakes. These are gonna be awesome. And then these were the ones we just did, I do believe. I'm gonna put a little bit of this tartar sauce and Dirty Girl seasoning. We just mixed some regular tartar sauce with a bunch of Dirty Girl seasoning, give it a little kick. A little bit of celery seed in there. And they're just right. They're not too fishy. They're held together well. Got a good crunch on the outside. Just a great texture. And these you can simply just pick up with your hand and eat. And that goes great with everything. We also sprinkled a little bit of that Dirty Girl seasoning on the outside of the asparagus too. So all of that stuff is awesome. Remember, don't overthink it. It's super, super simple. As many as we did of these cube steak, we had to change out the oil a couple of times. We didn't want it to burn and we didn't want it to taste nasty, so that's one thing that we did. David, do you want to taste it? Let me get you another, because I touched that crab cake and this stuff. Let me get you another set of silverware here.
We're trying.
The country fried steak that you prepared deliciously.
Oh yeah.
Got a little ketchup over there if you want it out.
That's good.
Good,
What
man.
about
It's got a
potatoes?
good crust.
Chopped potatoes?
Yeah, you know, the potatoes are awesome. They got a good smoke flavor to them. And then we didn't smash them too hard, so they still got a little bit of those chunks in them. A little bit of milk, a little bit of butter.
Oh yeah.
Super simple, super easy.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
It was a good Funday Friday for sure. Now we want to do a giveaway for all of those people anticipating a giveaway that we just told you about earlier and we were watching earlier. For those of you just joining us, yes, we're going to do a giveaway, and you caught us at the right time. So we do have a question that you have to answer. We're going to give away one on Instagram, one on Facebook. The question for today is, what is the machine called to process the cubed steak? What is the machine called that processes and makes cubed steak? There's two names for it. Either one of those names will work. Both of my camera folks know the answers, and they're going to let us know when we get a champion, a winner. I mean, David's allergic to crab and or shellfish.
Bobby Massengale.
Bobby Massengale, that name sounds very familiar.
Just finger.
I look like an idiot over here. What about Instagram?
Not yet.
Anybody?
It's a hard one.
What is
Daniel
the machine-
Blue Goose got the other name.
Who?
Daniel Blue Goose.
Oh.
Bobby Massengale got it. Daniel Blue Goose knew the other one.
Oh, okay.
The name like Blue
What
Goose.
is the machine used to make cube steak? Everybody on Instagram will win you a prize.
Got it.
Who is that?
Oven.
John W. Oaks.
Sweet. Oh, John Oaks. Thanks,
Okay.
John Oaks, for the scotch the other day, the monkey shoulder. But John Oaks, you win a Ron Safari hat. And then, who is it?
Bobby Massengale.
Bobby Massengale, you win a Ron Safari hat. Super cool accessory that we have. Of course, it keeps the sun out of your eyes and off your neck. And then if you're in a bug-infested area, it also has that thing to keep the
Bugs off the back of your
bugs
neck.
off the back of your neck and the sun off the back
And
of
the
your neck.
sun.
For fishing. For fishing. And it's got this thing
In case you want to ride in the boat going real fast.
or ride a horse.
Oh,
No, it won't blow off.
Yeah.
Just like that. Or ride a jet ski. So, congratulations to those winners. The first Funday Friday of 2018 is a wrap. I really don't have one thing to say. Oh yeah, we want to get a couple of shout outs before I forget. Oh wait, David, keep them busy.
Red
try
Kid
that
Academy is coming.
Try that beer.
No, I like Bud Light, not whatever that is. I'm a straight up Bud Light drinker. What part of the animal does cube steak come from was a question we come up with. We started to ask. Anybody know that?
Yeah.
Any takers on that?
What part of the animal, this cow, does cube steak come from? It comes from the top sirloin and then the sirloin round. So the top of the hip. The top of the hip. This little area right here is where that cube steak comes from. So, just a little info. At least we taught you guys something.
But the deer cube steak that I processed myself, it come from
Came from here,
Yeah.
came from there,
Yeah.
came from down there, came from over
Loin.
here, came from this neck.
Nah.
I do want to send a shout out to my boys Rick and Zach for sending us some Portland Trailblazer gear. They came all the way from Oregon. They stopped off in Atlanta. They got to watch the Peach Bowl. They got to watch the Hawks play the Trailblazers. and they got to ride in a helicopter tour of Atlanta. How cool is that?
They did the bucket.
They are living the RecTech lifestyle.
Trifecta.
So Rick and Zach, a couple of the coolest guys, nicest guys I've ever met. Thank you guys so much for the swag. We love seeing you. Thanks for coming. If anybody, you guys want to come by, just come by and say hey. We'll show you around. You don't have to bring us anything, but we'll show you a good time. But you can bring us stuff.
Come on Friday, you can eat.
If you come on Friday,
Out this time.
you can get some free food. Also want to shout out Mike Spandel. He lost a bet with Ray over the Georgia game, so he had to pay up, and he called yesterday, and he paid up, and he bought a Matador. That was the bet. Ray bet him, either he had to buy a Matador. What was the other part of the bet? Or if what Ray won, he would give him a Matador. I think that's what it was. So Mike, kudos to you. I think he was an Oklahoma fan, so it kind of hurt him a little bit. It's Rick Bishop. Rick Bishop, where are you at?
He's been saying it all day.
Has he been saying
Yeah,
it?
he's been on
So
it
I
all
know
day.
Rick Bishop is going to pull from them dogs this weekend. Those of you who are not football fans, just say a prayer for me. Say a prayer for those dogs. Let's all pray together, and let's pray.
It's been 37 years.
That they're humble. They keep chopping that wood. They keep lifting those
Play
weights.
the whole game.
They play the whole game from beginning to end. They don't let the good plays that the other team get them down.
Don't let Jalen
Let's
Hurts
keep our
get in the
momentum.
head.
Lord, we pray these things in your name. Amen. Lord
Amen.
Jesus. Amen. So everybody that is not a football fan, just be a Georgia football fan for Monday, please. Just say a prayer.
us.
And those of you who are Alabama fans, no disrespect. No, nothing to
Y'all
you guys.
got enough championships.
Y'all have enough championships. Let's share them.
Yeah.
I am just proud that we are an SEC team, and it's nothing but an SEC championship. So, with all you Georgia fans out there, let's keep our mouths closed, and let's let the scoreboard do the talking, all right? That's all I got to say. So, well, I'll leave with this. Go Dogs!
Go Dogs.
Thank you so much. Funday Friday, Augusta, Georgia.
Make a plate.
Oh, crap. Come back to me, Matt. Hey, those winners, call 855-696-0890. Winners of the hat, John Oakes
Bobby
and Bobby
Massagale.
Massagale. Call 855-696-0890. Ask for Connor.
Connor's here.
Doing with the bacon.
Eat it. Who's the guy that won? John Oakes?
John Oakes.